Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. What are we going to do? Well, today is basically going to look at the clock, look at the time. We're going to look at the date as well, because what do we get to do? Bottom line is we got the 12th, February 12th, okay? Let's understand what this means. 2026, 02122026. You know, numbers make sense to me. I love numbers, right? I've always loved numbers since I was a kid, to me, because numbers make a lot of sense. So when I look at today being 12, 02, 12, 2026, I'm trying to figure out something, okay? There's always a pattern. There's always a pattern. I always study it as many times as I can. Today is 2026 year, okay? Well, it divides in itself, and I like that, because the mathematically makes sense. See, 0 and 8 are infinity beyond. So today we're going to talk about basically stop losing money. I don't understand why people do the things that they do, and the bottom line is going to get past go. So today we're basically going to hopefully pray, and you're going to listen and listen again and again. I'm Ray Reynolds, the Godfather Credit, okay? Years and years ago, being used and abused as a kid, I studied laws and accounting. I wanted out of hell. That was just me. So the bottom line is what I learned through the process, and then I went to school and got all the paper. See, for me, it wasn't hard on school. You see, I just studied at the library. Okay, I used to hide at the library all the time because I didn't like my life, to be honest with you. I didn't like my life. I didn't like being used and abused as a kid. I thought it sucked. I didn't like the fact that I didn't get a real mommy and a daddy. I always wanted one of those. But today we're going to share the live, but I want to show you some things, okay? Let's play my way for a while, okay? Let's understand what that really means. I'd like to have you restructure yourself. You're great people. 90% of you are fantastic people. Okay, I'll give it to 90%. Clients from 35 years, 40 years, and recent clients as well. Every day is a process for me. It always has been. I have to fight to get through the pain every day. All right, that's just the way my life's been. I feel like the devil's been basically kicking my assets. Freddie Jackson, hey, how you doing, Freddie? If this is the right Freddie Jackson, which I'm sure it is, been a client for about 30 years, okay? I thought you wanted to talk to me about a week or two, okay? I know that Brandy was gonna call you and set up a time, so if that's the right one, let's play. All right, let's go back to the foundation. For me, I had to fight to get through every day. It's not easy. When you are being used and abused in no family, mommy and daddy kind of situation, what do? Yeah, you hide. Yeah, it's okay. Fantastic, Freddie. So understand what this means. I would hide at the library. When I heard Mrs. Hope in her poker game say that a corporation is a legal person, something triggered in my mind. So, okay, that made sense. Thank you for the love since you're on the live. It made sense to me. So I wanted to figure out how to get out of hell. I ran away a couple of times and I got caught for that and got beat for that too. I just want out of hell. Is that okay? If you want out of hell? It's like everything that I basically found out is research and reading books and books and books. See, today, 80% of your credit sucks, or you don't have credit, or it's up and down, up and down. What you've allowed yourself to do is fall into that trap. But again, how does this work? How does it structure? All I know is this is my 12th week on TikTok, and sometimes I got to bite my tongue. It's hard for me. It's very hard for me on TikTok and social media. It bothers me. I don't like what I call circus clowns. I don't like when I try to correct something with Ryan, or then he calls me a ding dong. I don't like the fact because I said his video is, what? I never called him a name. He doesn't realize that, but that's okay. But here's the thing. If we're going to help people, should the information be true and factual? Factual? I've been in front of people for 50 years. 50 years, 6 days a week. All right, Monday through Friday, twice a day. Even before I was on TikTok. But I write checks for millions and millions of dollars all the time for radio and TV. So if we build structure, finance, and dream, but here we have a problem. The problem is our consumers, you, me. What do we do every day? Fighting through that pain. A lot of times people get stuck. Why? Because they fell in love, got married, had wife, husband, kid, catfish, whatever they got, and they brought the pain home. It's like all I saw as a kid was pain. These people were meaner on the 1st and the 15th. And that's what they were. So I learned that corporation is a legal person. But I heard that at 7.5 years old. Went to the library and researched and researched and researched. Chapter 18. So today, if you have that LLC, there are 9 kinds. Which one do you have? Most people don't even know that. Okay, that's very simple. You have an LLP, it's a partnership. Okay, we have the C Corp. We have the S Corp. We have a nonprofit. We have a PC. It's like for me, if somebody wasn't getting a paycheck or big enough, why don't you just do a nonprofit? The filing fee in California is $30. You get your exemption. That's grant money. That's grant money up to $100,000 plus a month. A month. I helped Linda do this in 1986. She gets voucher money every day. She took the Hyatt Hotel in Texas and she converted it to the Blueprint Apartments named after me. So again, what do? So there's ways to always create money and an income. There's no excuse for anybody. But the excuse would be they don't want to listen and learn. But again, thank you, Jay, for the flowers and the goodies and the gifts. So I'm getting used to this. I'm still to this day getting used to TikTok and social media because it's not easy for me. I'm a private person, okay? If I'm not teaching or preaching, it's just leave me the hell alone because I don't like people. I don't really like people. That's really weird, huh? Because I didn't like being used and abused, so I keep to myself. I'm a boring person. Unless I'm teaching and preaching, I'm boring. My wife's the crazy person in our family. Crazy and boring go together. But the foundation for me has always been God, family, money. God, family, money makes sense. Good morning, Marco. Okay? Good morning. See, it's like today. The first thing I could do this morning at 1:45 is get to my knees. Every day I start my day with prayer. I have to. We go to bed, we pray with the kids, and we do our Bible study. Then I write silly songs or silly poems for them or books because they have fun. Good morning, Jeff. So if today we could listen and learn, every one of you are entitled to $5,000 to $10,000 a month. I don't understand why some people complain about rich and famous people when they could do it themselves, but the reality is I don't want you to be rich and famous. I had no intent to help people in the first place 50 years ago. That was not my intent. I just wanted to say, hey, this is what you could do for you. That was it. And wash my hands of it. But then I got pulled in. A question after question. It's like today, when you look at Supreme Court, all right, with Chapter 18, they said that the LLC is a limited liability corporation. It's in the original rules. Some ding-dong called it a limited liability company, and everybody followed that and argues the point. Who cares? The LLP, the C Corp, the S Corp, the nonprofit, the PC. What do we do for structure? See, you got to stop losing money. You got to quit, being you. You have to understand you can roll the dice as a division, and if it screws up, you can throw it away. There's no intent to do wrong. There's malice in it, no malice at all. But if we did the right thing, what do we get to do? We get to try. As long as we're trying, we're not dying. We're not trying, we might as well be dead. That's what I've said for 50 years. I just tell it like it is, what it comes from my head and my heart. The reality is that's just me. And I give a you know what, but that's just what happens. So today, if you have bad credit, you write down rapid rescore. Why? It's simple. A rapid rescore can push your score up in 3 weeks, up 60 to 100 points plus. Rapid rescore. So if we have bad credit, we jacked up our credit, what do? See, the problem is the world didn't want to teach you. Nobody wanted to teach you the SS5 form, which the IRS has on file with every one of us. Every one of us have an SS5 form on the file with the IRS. It's on file. You or I, or mommy did it. I did mine at 14 because we were told to. You see, before Nixon took the gold standard out in August in 71, it was very simple. Roosevelt had the Gold Act. He confiscated everybody's gold. That was the Gold Act. Simple. Fort Knox, borrow gets money. But they had to borrow more money. There's not enough gold. But again, what do? So we have to realize that SS5 is pretty important. You have to break it down. That SS5 equals SSN in a 1040 tax return. We are bonded up to $35 million apiece. The United States government bonds us. Where it's like, I'm going to say we're their property, but it's like, it seems like they get to use it as collateral. But what do you get to do? So if we build a structure, we have to look at our personal credit. I'm sorry your personal credit sucks, to be honest with you. I really am. I wish you would have listened to me a long time ago. I wish they basically, And Ryan sent me a message. He's going to talk to high schools. I've been talking to colleges all my life, and they invite me back all the time. All right, and that's pretty simple. What do we get to do? Here's the thing. If today we focus on us personally, that's God, family, and money. If you tap the screen, you want to share the live, get the free book. I want the world to be everything for free. When I was 26 years old with 2.6 billion of credit, good morning, Uncle Nate. I got all this credit in this corporation struck for 2.6 billion. I offered to do everything I do for free. I just want to help people and no one to play with me. So I realized they want to put skin in the game. Okay. But then now we have this office, these employees and the bills, everything else. So we bring in money to pay the bills. I haven't taken a paycheck in 40 years. Why would I want one? See, I don't understand. You can get past all that BS if you want to. Share the life, share the life, share the life. Some comments in this video, all right, to basically protect the consumer experience. Well, basically it's very simple. Let's tell the truth. Let's be, I can't use the word basically what starts with an S because everything I do, I get flagged. Because I think we do that. So we have to use the word dumb. Okay, we'll say dumb. I feel dumb when I do something new, don't you? If I don't master something, I'm kind of stuck. So my dedication was to help people for 50 years. I have everything I want. If I want to just go get it, why not? Okay, that's how easy it is for me. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, you. But again, see the word friend, I'd love to be people's friends. But I tried that. I got used and abused. I quit having friends a long time ago. I have my private circle, me, my God, my wife, my kids. That's it. I don't want friends. It didn't work for me, and it's disappointing. It's like wanting a mommy and a daddy. Every time I see a man or a woman on TV, and they got this mommy and daddy, it's like, damn, where's mine? To this day, it breaks my heart. So understand, I kind of give a damn. This is called Starting Out Right for the kids. I want you to download it today for free and tap the screen 1,000 times and help me. I want you to help me help you. Okay? You see, in the last 12 weeks, I think we're at 36 or 37,000 followers. I don't know, I'm losing count. We're getting 2,000 or 3,000 followers a day. I have 50 million people that I'm getting ready to invite into my TikTok. I want to make sure I want to decide to stay there. Simple. Stay there. Because I didn't know if I want to do it, to be honest with you. Because I'm a guy that's private. I write checks for millions of dollars for TV and radio for 50 years. TikTok, 20% of it I can't stand. But 80% I love. So it's just bittersweet. Today, get the book for your kids, high school and college. When you download it, please get a copy for yourself. I want it to be free. Is that okay? Free, but it's the truth. I'm Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. I got that nickname from KNX. Rapper rescore stops your crap and pushes your scores up. It's what it does in 3 weeks. If you get in a rapper rescore correctly, and they analyze your credit, and they basically, like our paralegals here, dispute all your crap, put you on track, to do that part for free, rapper rescore. See, I always was pulled into as a consultant. I was pulled into government consultant. I was pulled into IBM, Boeing, okay, Apple, all right, all these pieces. Mattel, Toll Brothers, Disney. It's like every time there's inviting consultants, I'm being pulled in. Because I think differently. Steve Jobs said I was the greatest lateral thinker he ever met in his life. I don't know what it meant for Steve, but God rest his soul. But the reality is he didn't wear deodorant. He wore sweaters. And he was kind of a mean guy, but that's just Steve. Today, if you tap the screen, I want you to get Winning the Credit Game for free. We sell for $50. If you get into the book, look at the reality of life. See, I had 21 cars in my car collection, 21 cars, but they're not mine. They're not mine. Good morning, Ray Reynolds. Good morning back to you too. So today, let's talk all about you. You. If today you looked at your credit score, and if you allow me to do, I'll do it with you or for you. What does that mean? If you got in any program, that's fine. You can call the office. It's in the link tree. Even the articles of corporation are free. They're in the link tree. I had 2 attorneys giving me crap for over 20 years. See, I've been giving articles of corporation for free for 50 years. All right, they're all selling for $5,000. I don't understand how consumers who fight to make a paycheck, they get taxed before they get the leftover, and they spend thousands of dollars to get a corporation and don't learn daily squat. I call that dumb. I don't get it. So I just offer them for free. I got mine for free. I paid $10. But I did that basically when I was 9.5 years old. It's just not possible. If you took the time and look on the Secretary of State's website in California, you'll find a 9.5-year-old kid started Helping Hand Industries. That was me. Cost me $10. That same corp today is $30. So if we focus on use, structure, wrap a rescore for everybody. We have to. We want the score to go up. We want to block your crap. Half of you have crap. Okay, let's make the score go up. What do we get to do? You have to play catch up. What by dropping? This is life. Life, it just kicks our ass at. It's like I feel like the devil's been next to me all my life. He won't go away. He knocks me down every friggin' day. I'm just trying to get past go. It doesn't matter if you got millions and billions and you're a puppet master and control that. What matters is how do you mentally think? What's going on in here? I had to basically reprogram my brain. I had to tell myself I'm not a piece of what. Because Mrs. Hope called me that every day. Use and abuse sucks. But I told myself I'm one of the few, not one of the many. I had to do self-motivation. He wrote a book on that too. I've been writing books and books all my life. It's very simple. Bite your tongue, love longer. That's for men to shut up. Because they talk to their women, they sometimes just don't know how to talk. Women are tape recorders. So they're going to play it back again and again. But that's how it works. So we have basically Warner. All right, let's understand focus and dream. If today, every one of you went a rapid refresh. That's all it is. I mean, that's all it does. You look at Rapid Score 49 years ago when I created it, we got to an escrow, reduce some debt and get a better interest rate for loans. Because people didn't tell people when they bought a house what they needed to do. Rapid Score and Rapid Refresh blocks crap. It pushes scores up. If the score goes up, we get green lights. So green lights are more credit cards. See, it's going to take credit cards or credit to reduce your debt. Isn't that terrible? You got to build this card to reduce these cards and average it out. That's what happens. You're playing the up and down show. All cards fluctuate. Sticky time. What does that mean? If today you're tired of losing money and you're wasting $50 every other day, which most of you do, sorry, that's $700 a month. If I take this basic card for $10,000, which most of you don't have, and I'll get you one of these right away. But again, like if I did for Brian, I got him only one, simple. I got him $5,000 because I'm lining him up for American Express. American Express gets a blueprint loan. But when we did it in 2 weeks and he said, it's not fast enough. I don't have a magic wand. I help people. I tell them the truth. It'll take you 3 months, 6 months to a year to get up to $200,000 a month if you do what you're told to do. Not easy. Thank you, Jay. So what do? It's sticky time. I'm going to say dummy proof this because I feel dumb when I do something new. I say it because of what I relate to myself. I'm not calling you dumb, so don't take it wrong. Please. $10,000 card. When I was consultant for TRW in Kenya or Barrow, I set up the oldest card. It's the way we do it in history. Then I turned around and said, let's do the 29% rule, fluctuation. I wrote it down. So I get these visions and dreams and I just come up with ideas. It just feeds me all the time. It's like God's talking to me. So I said 29% rule. If you mark on this card as 10,000, you use $2,900, you're good. You're green. Unfortunately, you listen to a bunch of, I call clowns out there going, 30%. 30%'s yellow. 50%'s red. You got some of these circus clowns going to max it out up and down or pay it off. And sorry. If you're an automatic payment, listen very carefully. If every bill you have today is automatic payment, that's utility bill and credit card. Credit card automatic minimum payment, then make an extra payment per month, maybe two. See, I'm also the guy that wrote Fast Pay and Quick Pay for the credit bureaus. I've written all kinds of stuff. I help set up the system. So Fast Pay, Quick Pay makes sense. It simulates your credit to go up and away at the same time. So now understand, if you did what I just said to do, you'd call 888-567-8688. See, that's the phone number to opt out on the mailing list. You'd get off the national mailing list. So you saw that junk mail you're getting every day. As long as you receive mail, they can sell you on a mailing list. You get it? If you stopped it, they can't sell you anymore. But that's up to you. See, rules and tools are important to me. But again, it's going to be up to you as well. All right. Hey, Ray, how are you? How are you? Always good. Thank you, Jesus. That's the way I reload my brain. Since I was a little kid, they're all looking at you, all these grown-ups going, how you doing, little boy? They knew Mrs. Hope used and abused the hell out of me. They didn't give a damn. But what happens? It's always good, always good. When I say always good, for me, it's like, oh, thank you, Jesus. I reload my frustration. I can't always, all right, bite my tongue. Ray, always good. I need help naming my divisions. It's simple. We'll get into that in a second, too. So if we build a foundation and you have your discipline with your sticky, you tap the screen 1,000 times now, and you share the live, I want you to help me help you. What does this really mean? We have the ability, literally, to create an organization worth $1 million. But again, what happens is you're not building the foundation. So let's understand, as we play this game. Thank you, Freddie. Brandy's been sick yesterday and today, so I'll make sure she reach out to you and we get that call set up. If we build foundation, you, every one of you, you look at God, family, money. It's simple, God, family, money. It's what works for me. So all I could do as a kid being used and abused is pray. And read every day, read. I needed structure. So today, all right, your entity, what you have. First of all, is God, family, and money. What do? 3 o'clock this afternoon, if you want, you can join me. 3 o'clock today, you can join me. What does that mean? At 3 o'clock in the next building over, it's the Reynolds University over there, I'm going to demonstrate a blueprint of success. I'd like you to create your own blueprint, but I'd like to be on the phone with you for about an hour with your partner of life, if that's okay. Yes, there's a fee for that, but again, this is what you want to do for you. So let's understand. They fluctuate. If we put our sticky there, we get and I want to dummy proof this, sorry, sticky tablet, okay? We have our discipline. The next thing we have to understand is very simple. American Express, Gold, and Platinum don't fluctuate. They don't fluctuate. Share the life. What does this really mean? Oh crap, I had a bad day. I lost my job. Oh crap, this week. Oh crap, this year. These don't fluctuate, and they're paid over time. Limits $100,000. If you had $100,000 of personal credit, and you basically had to jack anything up, you jack these suckers up, because they don't make your score go down. See, they're not teaching the rules and tools out there. They're saying points and this and blah, 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 blah. I call it circus clowns, okay? I don't like clowns. I like the fact that they don't fluctuate, all right? They don't fluctuate. So that makes sense to me. So the bottom line is, if I have a bad day or a bad year, who am I supposed to protect? First of all, God, family, money. My wife and I became one 20 years ago. 20 years ago. I just opened up a white letter, literally closed Chase account. How long would I wait till they reopen? Well, again, I'm going to go to the divisions of this. If you screwed up Chase, I'll never forgive you. Congratulations. Chase and American Express never forgives you. American Express likes to sue everybody. So don't screw them up. But again, I have to look at the letter and see what it says. And it's usually the BS letter. But again, let's go back to your divisions here. Let's understand something. In the beginning, if you have 18 divisions, that's called brilliant as far as I'm concerned. I don't care what you name them, okay? And that's what I just said. A division is going to change its name anyway, okay? Let's say you're going to do what I asked you to do 100%. Wouldn't there be a concept? Let's say today you took a picture of the mouse pad here. And this is your future. Peekaboo, peekaboo, simple. Here's your future, okay? A division, XYZ, I don't give a darn, is going to change its name to the location of the Wendy's restaurant. This is Wendy's 127. It's a storage unit called whatever storage. So the divisions will change its name based on the application anyway. So in the beginning, I don't care what you name it, but if you're doing divisions like about 20% of my clients do for Bitcoin, it'd be something like Bitcoin. If it's gold, division for gold. And silver. See, the problem you have today with most of you, you're actually using your taxable income to do something. I mean, I'm sorry, I call that dumb. I call it dumb. Why? What happens is When you use your taxable income, you already pay tax. Then you make money here and you pay tax again and again. A division, thank you for joining the fan club. A division allows you to fluctuate up to 47% if you lose or gain. If you lose or gain. See, borrowed money is not taxable. If you were going to buy Bitcoin today, I'd say let's use the 350,000 on Chase cards. Why would I use my money that's taxed? That's called dumb. I'm not dumb, neither are you, but you follow dumb. Sorry. I'd use this for the corporation. But then I'm going to clone this as a division, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. See, I created Daisy Chain of Credit in 1989. A lot of the things in the system that I created because I didn't have the solutions. I'm the guy behind it for 50 years. So the bottom line is, should I use my Navy? Let me line it up first. Please, let me line up your Navy. Let's understand that as well. Because I get people 80,000 in cards, 50,000 in line of credit. But that's the goal. So if we're doing a division for Bitcoin, that's a different division. A division for gold. You buy hard gold, real gold, okay? You buy silver. You do stock exchange. These are divisions, but here's the problem. You've allowed the world to kick your assets. You allowed yourself to be the duck and the sheep. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. If you allow a entity, LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit, PC, whatever, this has entities. When the Supreme Court said a corporation is a legal person, they put all these in the same category. So if that legal person has a division, like the bank have branch numbers or stores, you get a line of defense. If you roll the dice as a division for Bitcoin, you get to write off if you lose or win. If you do gold, it needs to be a separate division. A separate division, is that's what it is. Very simple. So again, when you name your divisions, unless it's that purpose, in the beginning you don't really care. But remember, I have my level 1 class on Saturdays as well. See, I invite everybody to class on 6 classes on Saturday. 1 is a paid class, the rest are free. I'm online twice a day for free to help you, if you want to play. But again, that's what you do for the divisions. Was told I can't name them Bitcoin or stock. Excuse me. I didn't say name it Bitcoin. I said, name it something XYZ, and you can put Bitcoin. I wouldn't call it Bitcoin. I'd call it its initials. I'd say XYZ, B whatever, C. All right, that's it. Simple. It's like my clients that distribute marijuana. One of my clients in New York is the largest distributor of marijuana, medical marijuana. I got clients who deliver it. They can't get a bank account. Their parent company is a management company, and the division is initials of something. Very simple. As we play this game to win. I didn't screw up, then I just opened and they closed the credit card account. It is good standing how long? Well, the reality is every 46 days, Chris, all right, is king. It says that's what you go by. They actually recycle the credit bureaus. What happens a lot of times, I'll say every 46 days. We kind of timed this out because of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. If you look at it today, public record, I'm not here to be an attorney, it would tell you that you get 30 days plus 15-day grace period. We added another day to it, so it's 46 days. Every 46 days, but also you can get into a dashboard that doesn't look at an inquiry and see if you're approved anyway. My dashboard does that for people. If you want me to do it for you, let me know. You see, I'm an affiliate, 119 creditors. I think they're all suck, sorry. I like 10 of them, that's about it. If we look at real credit for personal and business, there's only 10 I like. I gotta watch what I say because I always use that word S, No, I can't say that word because I say this is that. I get in trouble for that. I'll have to say the word dumb. So what do? If today, focus. Let's write down checkbook money. These are 150s. We have 50s. There's 4 banks, 150s. Position right, that's in 4 months or less. If we take the American Express and we daisy chain it per division, see what you have to understand is each division has its own credit file. If I take 1 card, I can get basically 9 more cards, sister cards. So if I have a card for $100,000 over here in this hand, here, I can ask for 9 more sisters. If I know what I'm doing for daisy chain process, all right, that's $1 million, just off an American Express Gold or Platinum. See, building credit is not difficult. Unfortunately for me, 20% on social media really bothers me. I got to get used to it. My wife says, you got to have a deaf ear to it. She knows I give it, whatever, but it's what it is. Should I wait to reply for another? Well, the reality is, Chris, you're asking questions. I haven't looked at your credit file. Not today. I need to look at it, analyzation. See, what I don't like is answering little questions here and there, hit and miss. I build foundations to build millionaires. Out of 50 years, I have 39 million millionaire clients. I've instructed 50 million people on my database. I'm also basically one thing. I was teaching Carlton Sheets, Dave Delgado, rest all these coaches behind the scene, some of their coaches. I'm the original coach from 50 years ago. So again, your credit score is 810, but that's just a number. But again, I don't know what it says. I don't know what you have. Yeah, mine's 845, big deal. So is my wife's. Some, I call ding dong, sorry. Person the other day says they have a 900. It's not possible. But again, our credit is boring because we don't use it and abuse it. What I said about that number, we get off the national mailing list. Does each division have its EIN? No, not in the beginning. Hell no. Can you imagine the spider mess of that? It was bad enough that I took 4.6 million, all right, and basically 44 divisions in 1988 and 89, and I gave it to Craig, my tax agent. What the hell did you do, Ray, this time? See, I'm always doing things that don't exist. I create 190,000 a month. See, you don't have to get EIN for each division in the beginning. You want the divisions on the same bank account because you need the average balance. Average balance plus lines of credit. So there's positioning. See, it's like when you're making $3 to $5 million for your organization, you're going to change it. If you have the LLC, you're going to convert it to S when you make money because I said so. But I'm here to be chief and attorney. I just teach how to play. If you have that C Corp, they're double taxed. You'll turn that into the 1244 S Corp. You file one tax return. When we get to 3 to 5 million, then we add more structure. We have to understand how to play the game and win. We don't need Wyoming. That's ridiculous. It's not the choice anyway. But again, someone argued about that yesterday too. But then he said his car's in his trust. See, you got people out there, and I call them clowns because they're not telling you the truth. You have this book, trust, get all the trust. Don't own anything, control everything. That's so crap. There's 4 mistakes in the damn book. One of them, it tells you to put your car in your trust. Do you realize how dumb that is? The car today is registered to you. That's dumb too. You bump a car, they sue you. And then they sue your spouse too. See, you haven't planned the problem. Thank you. Do you credit or rebuild first, then we get bit? No, at the same time. Here's the problem. Question is, do we rebuild or do personal credit and wait to corporate credit? No, same time. If I push you on a rapid rescore, I'm going to push you to 649. I'm going to get you these right away. You are the corporation. Why would I wait? I had a client years ago. He waited, got to the 810 score. I said, I'm the corporation. Now we have to start the foundation, corp divisions, and that history and stuff. That took another 4 to 6 months. He says, Ray, you're right. I wasted time. Well, most people do. So if we look at finance and structure, you tap the screen, you show the life, and I want to give you a bunch of goodies for free. Simple. All right, and some books and things, and download even articles. See, the problem I had when Ken Yarborough and I wrote the new credit file. See, I'm the guy that was trained in Yarborough for TRW and came with all this card and fluctuation rules. I didn't like the book when we were done. I felt he wanted to lie. I didn't like the way he wanted to play this game. Okay? It made no sense. So I actually put it on the shelf. Here's me. In 1981, I hold the highest kick and fastest kick on planet Earth, 13 feet. It's very simple. Why men do jump? Stupid people say we don't. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't say that we're dumb people. 21 cards in the card collection. Chris, I'll be your mentor. Hell, I'll get you $1 million corporation within 12 months or less if you do what you're told to do. Simple. I had $2.2 million, $2 billion real estate in yachts. 3 yachts in the damn backyard. So I don't understand people when they don't listen and learn, and it's like it takes so time to get here. I've been teaching and preaching for 50 years. But again, it's going to be years. Chris wants to know how much. Right now, nothing. I don't want you to focus on money. I need you to focus on you. You don't get that, do you? I will not help anybody unless I get to know them, period. I have an IQ off the chart. I have total recall on most things. I write both hands at the same time, use 3 computers at once. All right, it's simple. I write, simple. But I rhyme all the time too. let's get to know each other first before we ask to go out on the date. There's a problem. If you don't share the live, I don't want to help you. Isn't that terrible of me? But I want to help everybody. If you have crappy credit, call the paralegals today or the sales team and get into a rapid refresh. If you're in that system for about $500, what does it do? It rebuilds your credit for free. They analyze it free too. But again, what is this? Well, above all, Jesus is king. All right, I'll let him lead me. He leads all of us. What are you talking about? I'm a pastor, but I'm a sinner. It's God, like I said earlier, God, family, money. God is always first. He created us. I've died in two. I died in one coma and I've been in two. I've been shot. I've been knifed. I've been ay. So free for you, winning the credit game. It's a download. If you don't get it today, now, it's about $50. Then learn more about me. Learn more how I wrote rules and tools, and I have 21 cars in the car collection. See, I'm driving a Lamborghini when I was 15 and a half years old. What are you driving? Going to East Coast College. But again, that's how it is. It's in the link tree, Chris. The book for the kids, it's free. If not, it's $20. Simple. This will teach your kids the rules and tools that never taught you. Why don't you download a copy for yourself and give it to everybody in the world? It's free. If we go back 50 years ago, all right, or plus, it's kind of fun. The ultimate goes very simple. My first system I put out there in 1976 is winning the credit game and winning the game of business. Winning the game of business is important to me because I want to show the world what I found out, what I created for people. All right, here's Cole. How you doing, Cole? I don't think you were here yesterday, were you? The day before. Winning the game of business. You see, for me, I structured it corp to corp corp. This is 1976, by the way. I had one of the original info commercials. Wait, there's more. That was me. You see the black cassettes and everything else. That was 1976. In 1976, I'm driving a Quintas Lamborghini. East Coast College part-time. I tested out at T-Week Junior High because it would have wasted my time in high school. And what did we do? Simple. I was 16. I've been in car fighting, have based at the time 26 patents. I've been writing patents and things for my whole life, having fun. 16. Good morning, Cole. I already said it. Always good. Because it is always good. God gave me another day. I'm thankful for that. When you die in a coma and you get to come back, all right, 2009 to 2010, and everything you had was stolen, what do? You rebuild it. You see, for me, I have divisions called, or closet divisions. See, I have 3 divisions of myself, which I'm allowed to, so are you. 3 divisions of me, write it down. These are 3 tries. If you screw up one, you get the next one. See, you allowed yourself to be the duck and sheep. There's no reason to, but you did. The lack of knowledge is our dumbness. And what do? We fall dumb. Sorry, we all do, I think. Just an opinion. But again, I have my 5 closet divisions. So what happens is very simple. I took winning the credit, or winning the business, game of business, in 1985, a credit division process. I kept updating the system because rules kept changing. That's what they did. So for me, I created basically winning the game of business as a structure because I realized a corporation is a legal person. That's what I did. Legal persons, that made sense. So that legal person can have entities. In 1984, I had a big problem. I am the king of satellite television, retail, manufacturing, blah, blah, blah. And we're doing millions and millions and millions and millions and billions of dollars. I own some Shakey's pizzas, some 31 flavors, some shopping centers, some condos, Subways, donut store, all these pieces. 84, they wanted us to pay franchise tax fee for every corporation. So when you see somebody literally, you need 5 LLC. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Every LLC, C Corp, whatever you have today is on this Secretary of State's website. When they sue that, they sue you. They sue you. Why would you do that to yourself? If someone says that corporation protects you, the LLC, buy this, you click here, protect your family, it's not true. You're the only voice the LLC or the C Corp would have. They have to name you in the lawsuit. You're now in a deposition. They tear apart your life. So bottom line, in 84, I went to Sacramento. I asked the basic question. Could I create an entity under corporations that doesn't pay franchise tax fee? I was given permission to create a form or modify one. In 1985, division process was born. The entity you have today, LLC, C Corp, whatever you got, below it can have divisions and subdivisions. I ended up suing the banks in 96 because they wanted separate bank accounts, and I said no. I approved them then, they were just using it to get more money for fees. I won the case. You're allowed to put up to 75 divisions on a bank account. Now, why would you do that? It builds average balance. If we have a corporation with, let's say, 18 divisions, and we take 9 of them, and what do? We build the credit for the corporation, okay? We build the checkbook money. We build the Chase ink cards, and then we daisy chain the heck out of it. That means every division will get its own card. So if we actually create a division process for credit purposes, that allows every purpose to create the finance itself. That was my game. See, when I wrote Winning the Game of Business, it was important to me because to me it was always a game. I've always called it a game. Winning the game of business is important because what do? We have the ability to play the game. So since 1987, I've helped my clients do what's called auto income. Take a picture. If you ever want a mouse pad, you DM us, give us your information, talk to a specialist, they'll send you one. Why not? I'll pay for the postage and the mouse pad. See, I just want to help you. But again, your goal is to learn how to get past go. Is it easy? No. You'll get knocked down 1,000 times. When I got division process, here's B of A. B of A. One bank account, 18 lines of credit of 150. How many would you like? See, BS doesn't pay your bills. But if you structure correctly, you could win. Could you imagine on Monday next week, if you spend a day with me, I'm going to teach people, not to have fluctuation of money. You can make sure you fluctuate credit and money up to 47%. So a corporation doesn't lose, even it wins. Let's think. Borrow money's not taxable. We build foundation for the dream and structure, and we rebuild you. Now you're a CFO. Your credit's kind of boring, like mine. The corporation, that's fun. What do we do from there? If we take the corporation with 18 divisions, now listen, every division allows more credit. Every division becomes a bucket of money. So based on the division count is how much money you want to create for your organization. 9 divisions of 9 lines of credit, that's 9 locations of something. That would give you the ability literally to do one thing. $100,000 a month, up to that. Now it'll vary based on how you put into it. So no guarantee. I do guarantee if you do what I tell you to do, you get to mayor status. But you have to follow through. Very simple. Share the life, share the life. I've changed 50 million people's lives so far. I'm the largest registered agent in the world. I've sold 10 times corporations on this planet than anybody. So the reality is structures, rules, and tools. What do? We structure. But again, all right, I created what's called the Millionaires Founders Kit. Every Tuesday, Orange County, every Wednesday, LA Bonaventure, every Thursday, Ontario, and every Saturday, Long Beach Marriott, our Holiday Inn. We're talking 32 years, all right, being the second largest advertiser in California. I've been teaching and preaching for 50 years. Where you been? I don't get it. I created the Millionaires Founders Kit. I sold it for $50,000. No, I gave them $50,000. I sold it for $5,000. $5,000. $5,000. Today, we're practically giving them for free because it's simple. We want you to learn how to play the game and win. But again, do you really want to win? Get your free basic mouse pad, DM us. Get the book for the kids, start out right. Get Winning the Credit Game. Get your articles for free. Build the foundation that you have and the pieces you're missing today. It's not easy. If you want easy, I can't give you easy. We get knocked down 1,000 times, up again and again, yeah. So 3 o'clock this afternoon, if you share the live, everything else, you tap the screen. Let's see if I can give myself a heart. Nope. Okay, I did yesterday. So what do? 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today. Look at your watch right now. It is 4:03. I have 4:03. Got it? Simple. So at 4:03, now look at your time zone. I'm going to be live again in the next building over. That's the Reynolds University. And I'm going to demonstrate a blueprint of success on the whiteboard. I'm going to show you all your pieces. Then I'm going to offer if you allow me to do it with you or for you, but it's up to you. So again, write it down in your calendar, put it in your cell phone. You need credit or to build first, then you get business simultaneously. I got Brian a card from Capital One Spark. The only card that shows up on both personal and business is a Spark card from Capital One, the gold, the blue, or the green. I got him a card for $5,000 right away, but he's complaining. I don't get it. But when you help people, what happens? The person you help the most or do favors for usually kicks your ass out. But that's what happens. It's sad, but it breaks my heart. So that card's going to show up on the book because he doesn't have enough credit over here. He had a bankruptcy a couple years ago. I can reposition him. We can always go around the bankruptcy with the rapid rescore. See, let me ask you a question. If you filed bankruptcy, did you seal it? There's your problem. You don't even know what to do. Today, you think about bankruptcy. You go to a bankruptcy attorney. What he's going to tell you? A pickle? He's going to convince you to give him $1,000 or $5,000 to do a bankruptcy. I'm saying no. If you're not losing your house tomorrow, okay, in court order, or you're garnishing your wages, the word is hell no. Bankruptcy, I'm not here to be safe an attorney. It's very simple. It's federal protection because they get rid of debtor's prison. Automatic stay. They have to leave you away. It's simple. You have a company called Statewide out there. They report to the credit bureaus. Credit bureaus don't talk to courts. You don't get this, do you? They actually report the bankruptcy because it's public record. You could have sealed your record so they don't show up. When you dispute it and want to remove it because it's your choice, when you remove it, it doesn't usually go away. Then you have all these credit repair flakes going blah, 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 blah. If they seal it first and then dispute it, it has to go away. But again, that's just basically simple. See, if we understand rules and tools, we can get through anything. I'm lucky. God gave me the rules and tools. I have recall in most things. My IQ's off the chart. Simple. But I rhyme all the time too. But I've helped 50 million people so far understand the vision process, and I've been teaching and preaching for 6 days a week, 50 years. What took you so long to get here? Okay, it's very simple. If you want, you share the live, you tap the screen again and again. So if we build finance and dream, let's pretend you're on the class this afternoon and we teach you about fluctuation and sticky time. Then we say these don't fluctuate. They're real rules and tools. They don't fluctuate. My nonprofit corporation is going to name divisions, right? Basically, you know, after your foundation. Yes, I know. I believe that's your father or someone in your life, which is good. Remember, let's get foundation status, okay? Remember the 501c3 tag into your city, all right, into basically Chamber of Commerce. Remember that corporation to be qualified in all 50 states because you have literally $100 million of grant money to go get, $100 million. You can tag into all of it. These don't fluctuate. So if we do what I told you to do and I build the LLC, LLP, C Corp, whatever we got, structure, you don't have credit reports called Experian, Treasury, and Equifax. In 1987, I'm the guy that set up the dashboard to create this under tax ID. So if you allow me to add the credit reports for your whatever business, LLC, C Corp, whatever, I can build you the structure and the credit reports now. So we can do personal business simultaneously. If we first go after Chase, we want the $350,000 on the ink cards. We want a daisy chain for every division. If we go after Amex, then we want one of those per every division as well. I developed daisy chain and process in '89. It's simple. Then the next thing we want to do is get checkbook money from the bank. Checkbook money. Simple. I like checkbook money. So if we position this right, we can finance a dream. The next thing is our divisions will share the same bank account. Why not? If you come up short any piece you're missing, we're going to do me. Here's some escrows recently, okay? Here's an escrow. This gentleman's in a coaching program. He put $4,000. That's it. We taught him 50,000 of credit. If he maxes out the credit, it's less than $500 a month. From there, he spent 25,000 into an escrow. The payment is $297 for that payment. After the escrow closes, the management company makes sure the bills get paid first. His leftovers $34.20. It's right here. Numbers don't lie, only people lie. So here's one that did $7,999 in coaching. I got him 100,000. He invested 75,000 in an auto income business and got 7,500 a month. See, this money income is for life, for life. Yeah, it's free damn money. It's free. So if your organization has a division that owns 25% of a Wendy's, a storage unit, a laundromat, car wash, it's for life. You're building a real legacy. That's your problem. Now, 2 of my clients in an escrow recently, they didn't have enough transactions in their bank account. They didn't have basically the average balance. You need about 5,000. So since I become a CFO for them, and I'm an attorney in fact, if they give me permission to do that too, we just use 2 of my accounts, my petty cash account. Petty cash has an average balance last month, 287,000. The other one has 67,000. So about $400,000 average balance that if I'm their partner in getting into this coaching program, I can use that because the bank's going to want to talk to me. The bank will call me and want to even log into the account. Well, I'm Ray Reynolds. I can log into my own account, right? But they're not my accounts. They're business accounts. So I help people when they're missing pieces. If you're missing pieces, I got the pieces you're missing. But maybe you don't want that $100,000 a month. Maybe you like your life, you're stuck in that job you hate. Okay, I don't know. But foundation builds dreams and then builds finance in the dream. And that's the structure of money. See, when I tell you to take a picture of this, okay, you just think. Now take your damn picture this time and understand. There's your future. I'm the #1 consultant in the world. You heard of that before? Disney, Toll Brothers, Mattel, IBM, Boeing, Apple, blah, 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 blah. So let's understand something. If you did this in 12 months, you would have a $1 million corporation making up to $100,000 a month. But that's up to you again. But it's not your money. See, the problem, you want to be rich. I don't want you to be rich. I want you to be a puppet master. I want you to learn that you can use division process to roll the dice and not hurt your family. I want you to realize that division multiplies credit and finance, and you get the American dream without being a duck and a sheep. You're ready. Well, again, call the office today. 800-254-9506. Show at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Get to know me first before you want to know money. I have everything I want. That's not bragging. Please don't take it as I'm bragging. My wife, before the coma, said I was a show-off because I have 21 cards in the card collection. She said I showed off more of the end zone worth about $6 million. No, I have the Mercedes. How about the Quintas? The first one I bought when I was a kid. Simple. See, I like cars. That's what I invest in for. I need to be more successful. Well, Aaron, you need to have your foundation. Foundation is structure and dreams. See, you're all good people. Most of you, I'll say 99% of you, you're great people. The problem, no one taught you how to play. No one held your hand and answered your question. That's what I do for people every day. I'm getting used to TikTok and social media. I have to get used to it. Yesterday, I had the attorney over at the office, the house. Okay, I'm getting ready to file a complaint. All right, Attorney General's office, Federal Trade Commission, and all this, and file a complaint against Ryan because of that book out there talking about the kids. And my wife says, honey, you're going too far. I said, he called me a ding-dong. But he says, I didn't call him anything. I said, this video crap. The video's crap. He can't understand how to take criticism. What he's saying out there is wrong. You don't take a $10,000 card from a grown-up and get a card off that card for $100, authorized user for your kid. The card's older than the kid. If they jack it up, they screw the kid's credit. This is called dumb. I created Visa Bucks card in the 80s and 90s, Visa Bucks. Simple. I want the kids. When you talk about kids, none of that just chaps my what. That's why I wrote winning the, download what? Starting out right for the kids. high school and college. The real rules and tools. I got to set up the system. Okay? System. But I know how it works because I set it up. Today, you tap that screen, you get to live. Simple. What do? You get some free goodies. Free goodies. The book, Starting Out Right for the Kids. Read it yourself, you need it. Winning the Credit Game link. It's not working. All right, it's not working because you're using your cell phone, sir, ma'am. Use it from a computer. Then try it, okay? Winning the Credit Game. Game. Simple. Invite, share the live, share the live. See, if you want, I'll guarantee you, if you do what you're told, within 12 months, okay, you'll get where you need to go. Finished reading them last night. Fantastic. See, it's free. I like my Lamborghinis. Always have. I like the 21 cars in the car collection. They're not my cars. I'm not dumb enough to register a car to me. I'm sorry, I'm not dumb, neither are you, but you follow dumb every day. I got my first Lamborghini when I was 15 years old. Actually, I went to the auction at 14 and a half and bid on one. But I invented Car Finder. I have 26 patents, all kinds of stuff. And I got $1 million in the bank. That's what I had when I was 15, 16. It's not possible. I've been doing the impossible since day one. How about 13 feet and the highest kick on the planet? Not possible. Simple. How about 21 cars in the car collection? Not possible. How about mansions? 2.2 billion in real estate. All right. How about, and that was when I was 26. How about yachts? Hell, why not? Hell, why not? You buy your cars with money or credit. I don't buy my cars, Alex. You keep saying it wrong. You've been following me for a while now. All right, I guess you're not listening. I'm not going to pick on Alex. I'm going to correct him. The corporation's divisions buy the cars. They buy the cars. Why would I want to be a duck and a sheep? I don't like dumb. I'm sorry, I don't like dumb. I don't like you following dumb. I had this vision I was going to change the world. That was my vision. I'll help everybody. Not everybody wants to be helped. Nobody wants to listen sometimes. A division buys a car. See, your problem is you go to the dealership and they sweat you for 5 hours. Cars are marked up 60%. They get 3% rollback from the manufacturer. The bank owns the cars. They use this Isaac 8 crap report. Do you realize car dealerships create their own damn credit report? Isaac 8 BS. It's crap. They set you up ever since you walked into the door. Sweat you 5 hours. Then they give you permission. They ask you, I need to run your credit. Sign here, please. 2 things you screw up. Number 1, all right, they ask you what payment you can afford. You shut up. You don't answer the question. When they know how much payment you can afford, they know how to size you up. They got you coming and going. Those inquiries, they make $224 per inquiry. All right, they're selling you on purpose because you didn't set the tone. Car dealerships are crooks. Not all, but most of them. They're marked up 60%. This is BS. This is the only one we got. We'll get this green one right here, right here, right here. It's the last one we got. Time, 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 time. You drive away. Hey, Bill, bring one down from the storage. See, it's all lies. The day you have a car registered to you, I'm sorry. I will call that dumb. I'm sorry. I ask for forgiveness because, hell, I don't want you to take it personal. Your car's registered to you. Hell no. Why? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You ain't a bumpity bump. How many bloodsuckers, attorneys on TV or billboards on the freeway do you have to see? You know, everybody wants to sue everybody. Again. Okay, so now many rich are on the list to enjoy pizza with their sour cream. And what the hell's that to do with anything in tea in China? That's a waste of my time. Scroll it up. Get rid of that. Okay? Let's understand. Real rules and tools. If a car is registered to you, I want it changed today to a division. If you focus and understand a division, I'm willing to sacrifice, not to corporate my family. Why would I want to sacrifice my corporate my family? So what do? It's simple. If a division is you, they sue you in a bumpity bump, and they sue your spouse, and you're in the rabbit hole, they're in a deposition. Don't think insurance is going to protect you, people. This is ridiculous. Okay? But it's how it works. If the division is the registration of the car, and you quit using your home address on your registration, which you do, all of you that is dumb, you change the P.O. box or mailing address. Then that means the division's the duck or the sheep. Why didn't you buy the car for fleet price tax ID division? Understand? I buy cars, they deliver them to me. I don't have time to go waste 5 hours, do you? I guess you do. Fleet price tax ID division, fleet price tax ID division. That's how a car should be. Unfortunately, when you read the yellow book about trust, it's missing 4 things that are mistaken in the book, and on top of that, you're missing 1,000 rules and tools. Just focus on John D. Rockefeller like I did. 1934, irrevocable trust. See, rich and famous people do not leave themselves and their families for probate. You do. Your family left you for probate, and then you're doing the same thing to your kids. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Okay? So again, what do? Very simple. We play the game to win. Let's play the game to win, please. So the car is a division of a corporation, the car. So we play the game we want to win, right? That's the goal? Let's win. I just want to screenshot right here for Nick in our social media department, because silly things that people say, but it's okay. So what do? Let's play. If I have a corporation, LLC, LLP, C Corp, whatever you got, structure, and I create a division, I can create $1 million of credit within 12 months or less. I can have the corporation finance itself and offset the taxes, debt offsets taxes. I can win the game of business. And that's what I structured in 1976 to teach consumers. All I want to do is help people. What a concept. I've helped 50 million people understand division process. 50 million. 39 million millionaire clients. Winning the game of business, my first series in 1976. I had 26 patents at the time. Okay, simple. I invented car finding, all kinds of stuff. You have products in your house I invented. It's fun. But I know how to make money. But that's what's called winning the game of business. 1976, by the way, I drove in a Countach Lamborghini. I was 16. You get it? Don't you get it? It's not because today's better than before. You could accomplish these goals anytime you wanted to. Your whole life. Social media is this, I gotta get used to that 20% I call clowns. I don't like BS. I don't like wrong things that are wrong, and I try to correct them if I can. So today, if you share the live, and you want to DM me, I'll send you the mouse pad of your future. Peekaboo, take a picture. Simple. I invented auto income, 1987. I didn't like our new file that Ken Yarbrough and I wrote, and I'm the guy that helped set up the system as a consultant for Yarbrough, TRW, oldest card, fluctuation. This book, I didn't like it when we got done, even though I can show all kinds of goodies. It was not my favorite book. So today, if you want winning the credit game, it's free. If you don't do it now, it's $50. There you go. It's simple. All right, does divisions pay the credit or the cash or the vehicles? Well, A, the divisions are connected to the corporation. You filter all the money into the bank account as an average balance, and the bill is basically paid from the bank account shared by all. So then I can see transaction base. The car is owned by a division. In case you have a bumpity bump and they sue you and screw you up, you protect your assets. But again, there's more to that story. You got to go to the 3 o'clock this afternoon, Pacific Standard Time, spend an hour and a half with me. You need to have your tab and pen ready. You need to have sticky tabs as well. We're going to discipline the way I want to discipline me for you. I want to make sure you don't screw up credit. All cards fluctuate, but 2. You don't need your sticky. You jacked up the wrong card, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you did. You jacked up the wrong card. Again, these don't fluctuate at all. So that's what they should be teaching out about points and blah, blah, blah today. Just my opinion. Again, what do? The book for the kids, starting out right. It's free. So in the link tree today, you can get the free book for the kids. Are you winning the credit game? You get the mouse pad if you DM us, and the articles are free as well. I just want to help you. I want to be able to get a new credit card. Well, the reality is I can do that for you if you said, I want one, okay? Get in a wrapper rescore, let me analyze you personally. How's that? Analyzation free. Sometimes I get stuck. It moves too fast in my head. So analyzation free, dispute free. But then you start with a rapid rescore. My credit's messed up. That's why we have to analyze you. I guarantee you, if you do what I tell you to do, I get you a credit card. I want a mouse pad. Then you DM in there and you give us your information. Or you call the office later today. If you share the live, fine. We'll do it for you. How you ever had trouble with identity theft? We all have shit. They hack a bank account. They screw these things up. But again, what do? The ability is to protect your assets. And when the bank gets hacked, you piss a couple of people off, you explain to them, and then the bank goes blah, 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 and they take their sweet time. Then it comes back and you fix the problem, and then they go blah, blah, blah. See, no matter what we do in life, we're always going to get knocked down. We can't make everybody happy at the same time. We try. We juggle. The rapid rescore blocks crap credit. Nice lady says she has bad credit, screwed up. A rapid rescore would block the bad crap. All right, rapid rescore and rapid refresh I created 49 years ago for mortgage companies. So I always start with rapid for one reason. I block the crap, then we analyze for free, then we rebuild for free. Then we give them about 5 or 10,000 of credit for the hell of it. See, every program I've ever done, I try to give you up to 10 times your money back. I want you to understand we're real. We're here to help you. But you have to listen and learn, and that's how you play the game. Our goal is to win the game of business. Get your free downloads today. Learn 3 o'clock this afternoon. 3 o'clock this afternoon, Pacific Standard Time. Let's compare watches now in our time. It is 4:25 in the morning. 4:25 in the morning. Simple. So what do? Yes, I have a Rolex MX as every outfit I have, but they're not mine. Okay, isn't that fun? When the Rolexes cost $1.5 million, it's more expensive than a damn Lamborghini, but they're not mine. But I make sure the watch matches the shirt. Is that okay? See, I'm particular that way. I'd also match the car as well. But again, it's not mine. I don't own anything. I call it myself. I'm not dumb enough to put something in my name. See, every one of you should be joining my club called Puppet Master. You should control everything and own nothing. That's true. But unfortunately, that little book out there is a blah, 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 blah. That's what it is. The book about trust you see all over the place, I'm sorry. It's got 4 mistakes in the book, and there's 1,000 steps and rules and tools. Sounds like its first step is to call the number if you want to. Get an analyzation, investigate, rapid rescore, and we can get and process the corporate registration now. Yeah. See, I would do all that, Mark, at the same time. See, here's the thing. The corporation at the bank, they want to see 2 years. 2 years. Division as well. So if we delay anything, there's our problem. But can we build credit to the corporate divisions in any way? Yes, of course we can. We can build it now. We don't have to wait the 2 years. The bank, that's our line of credit. That's called checkbook money. So if you have one that's 2 years, that's fine. If not, we'll build around that anyway. I believe there's a solution for everything. I've created every time I can. Do you partner with us or find the divisions to invest in management? What I do is 3 things. Okay, I teach you how to do it yourself. You do. That's what I call it. You do. If we do, that means you do it with me. Okay? I have $5 billion of escrows lined up this year. Okay, lined up. So and then the other thing is we do it all. So always remember, you do, I'll teach you how, or we do, or I'll do. It's simple. I'll do all the work that you want. I have one lady, her name is Michelle, and she's watching all the time, and I'm trying to get her to let me build it for her. She's carried 3 jobs. Sucks. So it'll be your choice as you get to know me, and that's how it works. Get your corporation through this link tree. Yeah, there you go. You got Minnie trying to help you. It's in the link tree. It's right there. See, let's say you have an LLC or C, whatever you have today. That's okay. I want you to get your nonprofit articles. I want you to have a nonprofit corporation, every one of you, to offset taxes and get up to a bond, literally a grant, up to $100,000 a month. That makes sense. Every rich and famous person I've ever incorporated have a nonprofit or foundation. I don't care if it's Leon Bronze. I'm going to say it wrong, sorry. Comes out too fast. Everyone has a foundation to offset taxes. So we can pay tax or buy a Lamborghini or Ferrari. We can pay tax, buy a spaceship. We can borrow money and offset taxes. So the bottom line is very simple. We get to play the game. What I'd like you to do is quit bringing the damn pain home. Then I'd like you to turn it into a game. Then I'd like you to win. See, even if you lose the division process again, you're willing to lose the division, not the corporate family, not the corporate family. God, family, money. See, I'm going to just stay who I am for the last 50 years. I just tell the truth, and I get in trouble all the time. All right, the bottom line is I don't want you to bring the pain home. You bring it home because you don't know what you're doing. And I'm sorry, that's just true. If we focus on the dream, which is what? All right, have all the goodies, control everything, know nothing. It makes sense, yes. That's what John D. Rockefeller did. But then he had irrevocable trust. See, rich and famous people don't set up their family for probate like you do. I'm sorry, your family before you did the same thing. If we understand irrevocable trust, profit corp, nonprofit, we can make sure we never bring the pain home. It's structured, builds finance and dream. But that's up to you as well. Now, keep asking questions. I'll keep answering questions for you. Corporations pay cash or credit with your vehicles. They use the system. The banks for line of credit want to see transactions. So that car is automatic payment. It's paperless. See, what you don't get so far about house and car, this is where you all screw up too. Sorry to say it's true. House and car show up in a different area in your credit file because they're not revolving. They're not revolving. They're not here. I actually created a system for Tier W Experian. Tier W, then Experian has a system. It's basically self-reporting. Now they're screwing that up too. You see, the house and car, if you lose them today, the creditor is going to report to the IRS as a 1099-C. Not only you have a double problem, bad credit and a IRS problem. And that's why when you buy a house, you never buy it jointly with anybody. Escrow, close, homestead, trust. You're on the trust, both husband and wife, that's fine. But only one of you bought the house and their name is the loan because that's called dumb and silly. You want to be a duck and a sheep. Who's going to be the duck or sheep? Not both of you at the same time. See, 64% of you are married. Your goal is to protect your family. Unfortunately, you're acting like you're the duck and sheep. I want you to stop it. I like to take over someone's life and tell them what to do because I don't want you to think. Because the more you think, the more you screw it up. Sorry, it's just true. I don't want you to screw it up. Is that okay? Is that okay if I tell you what to do and stop this, and what? If you ever get in a coaching program with me, I'm going to correct everything. I'm going to give you your steps, rules, and tools, and we're going to do what I would do for myself. I'm going to take over. I'm going to tell you to fire yourself. Isn't that terrible? You're going to fire yourself. Now, I'm going to walk through the office and get things ready. If you'd like a tour of the office, you want to ask more questions, very simple. You can do that too. It's very simple. As you walk through the office a little bit. All right, I got a couple of things that I do every morning. All right, first of all, I have to look at the candles. That's simple. And what does that mean? Brandy's out sick yesterday and today. Sorry she's sick. I hope she feels better. She's always in my prayers. And the candles, she says I should cut off the wicks at the top. Don't know if it's true, but I do that because she said so. Okay, well, that makes sense. Well, let's light my candle from my office. Okay, no problem. I like that. I like the smell of a candle. Isn't that weird? When I was a kid, I made candles myself, homemade kit. I also, as a kid, because my brain worked too fast, when I was a kid, they wanted to give me marijuana or drink wine. All right, I made my own wine kits. My brain worked too fast, and that's what they said. Okay? To slow him down, drink wine or smoke pot. Well, that was their solution. I don't drink ever in my life, and I don't smoke pot. I never did drugs. But again, what do you do? So the goal today is pretty simple. If we want to play the game to win. Is it easy? No. I'm not going to say easy. There's no magic wand. You'll get knocked down 1,000 times. You're going to get up 1,001 more. Because that's how it works. If you don't want to play, it's terrible. I mean, I always say just go away. It's pretty simple. I like to help people. So we're going to walk into the building next door. Okay? Here's a building next door. It's called the Reynolds University. And that's important to me because that was my dream. My dream and the goals that I had, and I still have today. I don't give up on the goals. So here, our social media department, all the good things that we do every day. We're going to do a blueprint on this board this afternoon, 3 o'clock. So write it down in your calendar, please, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Look at your time right now. It's 4:33, 4:33. Yeah, isn't that fun? It's not mine, but I got a couple of them. I think we only have 6 out of the 12. Life kicked my assets many, many times in the last 17 years. These don't fluctuate. They're my wife's cards. So there's always some ding dong giving me crap, so I use my wife's cards because that way the ding dong goes away. 4:33 in the morning, that's Pacific Standard Time. So if you're not at that same time, look at your clock, compare times. These don't fluctuate. What does that mean? It means that's the card you jack up in an emergency. They want to give you 99 more. How many would you like? I only want you to have 9. That way it's $1 million of credit. I want you to realize all cards fluctuate but 2. Sticky time. But that's up to you. I've been teaching and preaching this for 50 years. I want my ink cards, $350,000 worth. I want my checkbook money, 150s. Simple. There's the goal. If I build my foundation, I can build the dream. Then I would sponsor my race cars. I race motorcycles and boats. See, the goal is fun if you play the game to win, but that's up to you. So we're going to have some fun today at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on the whiteboard. We're going to broadcast for an hour and a half. Invite all your friends and family. If you became an affiliate, anybody who bought anything, you get 10%. Wouldn't that be fun? So again, what do? So get a corporation in a different country. Well, it's called international business. It's called basically foreign corporation, foreign state, foreign country. We got about 2,100 pictures we'd like to put out, plus Presidents of the United States of America, Lakers, Clippers, and Dodgers, and Angels. See, I'm the largest registered agent in the world. I've sold 10 times corporation anybody on this planet to this day. So you might want to listen a little bit. That's why they call me the Godfather of Credit. That I literally built 60 billion of credit for my clients and myself. Now it's dark. Woo! It's okay. I'm gonna go over here and turn on a light. That's how we have to play the game to win. As we do this, simple. Let there be light. It says RR, that stands for Ray Reynolds, by the way. Here's Santo's office. He's the one who lines up the franchises for our clients. He's got almost 35 plus 40 years of real estate history and everything else. So when we line up a Wendy's restaurant, we take 9 clients and myself, and we use the credit to put $100,000 in escrow. That becomes $1 million in the escrow. So what happens is now we close the Wendy's and you get a percentage of it. You get a deed of trust. Thank you, Jay, for putting the phone number there. Okay. Now, what I do, I every morning have this routine. I'm in the men's restroom because why? I light the candle. See, it's simple for me. I like candles. Okay, this one's being stubborn. Okay. There. Okay, let's try it again. Just want to light. Isn't that weird? It's kind of like life. Sometimes it beats us up. Sometimes it doesn't work. So what do we do today? Now, the employees. Let's talk about employees. It's taken us, after a pandemic and me in the coma and blah, 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 literally about 2 years to get 20 great employees. All right? 20% of your employees are great. Okay? When you hire 100 employees, 80% of them, I say, suck. Because they do. It's terrible. Unfortunately, you have employees that will milk the job, screw up, and do everything else, still want to get paid, act like they worked. The great thing about your 20% out of the 80, they chase away the crappy ones. How's that? I've watched more great employees push out the ones that suck. It's terrible. It's just the way it works. Sorry, but it's true. Here's our break room for our clients, or so our employees, and our vending machine just walk by. See, the goal is to spoil the employee. I've always overpaid every employee on purpose, because then if they ever leave me, break my heart, they'll regret it. Isn't that terrible? Bonus. You see, for every year, what happens on Christmas, we try to give them 1 month's salary for bonus, for the hell of it. You like a month's salary? So the goal is simple. On the wall, you're going to see what it says. It says, make a friend, make a buck. I try to train the employees, and I deal with every one of them personally as well. I put them in Rapper Rescore. I rebuild their credit. I made Lawrence's credit go up 200 points. He goes, what? He just got another card. So I want them to tell their story, tell the truth. It always says, make a friend, make a buck. If you help somebody first and get to know them, you can make a friend, you're going to make a buck because they're in sales. Sales is to sell something. We know that. Everybody knows that. All right, there's no kidding each other. The paralegal department. Got to turn on the lights, get ready. Brandy won't be here today. She's out sick again, sorry to say. Again, she's in my prayers always. All employees are, so are clients. Because that's what we get to do. Like eat cats is in my prayers every day. All of you, I pray for my clients. The guy in the corner, his name is Daniel. He's an IT engineer, a genius. All right, helping us. I've only been on TikTok and social media 12 weeks. All right, I think I got 37 or 38,000 followers. I don't know yet. I lost count. Okay, I don't know. I didn't look this morning as much as I should have, I guess. But I think we're going to hit 40,000 followers by this week. Is that good? Lawrence is cool. Well, he just tells you the truth. He's a good guy. I like the fact that we have a good team here, okay? And the difference is they want to help you as much as they can, and that's the goal. It's always make a friend, make a buck, okay? What does that mean? I'm just looking at these floor mats. I don't like these. I don't like them at all, so I ordered some new things coming in. So if we play the game to win, we get to win the game. So very simple, okay? All right, 3.69K. Okay, well, 36,900. Well, that's what I got. Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Nate. So I got 36,900. God, I'm going to hit 37,000 today. Okay, good. That was more than that. Oh, well. So I didn't know how many I'd get. You know, I don't want to turn in all my clients and I'm on TikTok. All right? Because I don't want to start TikTok and decide not to do it. See, there's my biggest problem. When I do something, I want to test it out a little bit. Been on TikTok now 12 weeks. Probably going to hit about 40,000 followers this week. That's nice. But what happens is, okay, I have 50 million people I can turn on to TikTok. 50 million, okay? So do I turn all of them on that or what? I don't know yet. I wanted to figure out if I liked it and wanted to get used to it. See, I'm a private person. All right, in most cases, I don't like people. Sorry, that's just me. All they ever did is use and abuse me, okay? And that kind of sucks. I don't like being used and abused as a kid, as an adult. When I help people, when I help them, then I don't want them to complain, like Brian did. Got him a card for $5,000 right away. He set up the line of defense in Mirror Express. Ooh. Oh. What can you say when you try to help people? The ones you try to help the most tend to be what? The ones that don't appreciate anything. Unfortunately, it seems to be true. But again, like my wife said last night, honey, you might be upset with that one client. Guess what? You're going to help people no matter what. Because that's just what you do. That's right. But again, what do we get to do? Very simple. So social media has been good for me, I guess. Getting close to that 40,000 followers in 12 weeks. It's good. The next thing to do from there is get to the 50, and I have to decide if I'm going to basically contact 50 million people in my database because I was the coach of coaches. Carlson, Sheets, Dave Delgado, and even Russ Dalby's people. Coaching the coaches, a lot of them behind the scenes. So again, I could actually turn it into 50 million people, which would be great. Uncle Nate says great stuff. Well, I hope it's great. I just give what God gave me to help you. All right, Monday, all right, not only today at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, share the live and call the office again today if you need to. It's in the link tree. Articles are free. Mousepad DMS is free. We'll send it to you as well. And what you have is the book for winning the credit game. And you also have the one for the kids starting it right. I'd like to work for you, sir. Well, the reality is we do hire people. They have to work in the office. I don't believe in off-site. So if you do anything, become basically affiliate so you get 10% of everybody you refer. That's simple. Okay, so you're blessed and highly focused with God. Well, that's just me. Thank you, Nate, for saying that. All I know is I'm trying to do my part. I do my best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. Today, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Okay, compare time. That's what I want you to compare time with me. Monday, you might want to take a picture of this. Monday's President's Day. Monday, an all-day event. You might want to look at your friends and family and put them in that event. It is a paid event. We're going to spend the whole day from 9 to 4 o'clock, and we're going to talk about fluctuation of 47%. See, your entity and what you set up here you can make sure 47% you can grow up and up and away, up to 47%. If we play this game, we get to win. Even when you lose, you win. When you win, you offset the taxes. Borrow money's not taxable. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to check 19 bank accounts, 19 emails, and 64 credit cards. So I hope and I pray you call the office at 800-254-9506 today. I hope and pray you're on there live with me at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And you listen, learn, have your tablet, your pen, and your sticky tabs. Invite all your friends and family. That's the ultimate goal for all of us. So please understand something. I want you to do your best. Let God do the rest. Amen to that too. Never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.